Hey, welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. Terabyt Reacts is here to watch some more The 100. Yes, sir. So, first episode didn't get me hooked, but the second episode I was very well. So, it seems to be very interesting, but I will not stop talking about the fact that I've had my experience with CW shows. They always start out great and then they disappoint me in the end. They disappoint me in the end. Maybe the 100 will be the one to carry a well fleshed out story to the end of it. Maybe. Who knows? So I'm looking forward to seeing where the 100 will take us. So hopefully you sit back and enjoy the ride here. I know I will. If you want to see more episodes of the 100, go check it out on the Patreon. Let's jump into the reaction, and I will see you guys right after for the review. I know you're wondering right now, where's the reaction? Where's the edited version that's supposed to be on YouTube? Well, Terabyt has decided to not edit videos anymore. So here we are. If you want to see the full reaction, it's going to be available for you. The link will be in the description, or you can go over to the Patreon as well and join for free. The full reaction will be posted there as well. So you got two options. Another option that you could do to help support the channel as well, you can join the Patreon as well. There is a tier there that you can watch one extra episode forward from these new series that are going to come to the channel. If this is the release of episode 1, episode 2 will be available on the first tier over on Patreon. And if you want to watch however many more episodes I have available, you can always join the second tier as well. And if you want to suggest any shows for me to watch, you can join the third tier on Patreon. Okay, so you have options. After this, we jump right into the review for the episode, and I expect you guys to continue to comment and like the videos just as much. Thank you guys so much. Let's get to the review.
Power-hungry, self-serving jackass. He doesn't care about anyone but himself.
I agree.
No offense.
Bellamy is all that. But he also happens to be right.
The thing about it is this. Let me stop and say this because I don't want to talk over the show. The situation that's happening with Jasper, right? We don't know what kind of internal injuries he has, right? So the wound itself, we don't know how. I mean, they're looking at it. You don't know how deep it is. Um, it seems like it hasn't hit anything vital, but there's a strong possibility. I mean, if his lungs was punctured, he would have been dead already, right? If his lungs was punctured, so we can rule that out, that it wasn't that deep to puncture. It's on the right side. It's on the right side of his chest. So what I'm thinking is that he doesn't have a fatal wound, right? He didn't get a fatal wound. May have gotten in there pretty deep. I don't know what the grounders did, right? But I think that what she's trying to do, which is to close up the wound and properly um, dress it, and knowing Clarke, she probably knows some remedies and stuff like that. More than likely, his chances of survival is not very high, but at the same time, it's like I think that Clarke is probably going to figure something out because her mom is a doctor, and she probably let her read as much as possible. At the very least, this is one of the things, right? To make this long, what I'm saying short here, right? I grew up, but not grew up, but I grew up in Jamaica, right? So a lot of the stuff that we did was like home remedies, right? Fancy medicine wasn't a thing. Plus, I went to military school, so I can tell you that wounds like that, it's they need to get to a professional, but at the same time, you can have something, you can do something that can let them survive for a long period of time if they haven't had a fatal wound. If it's a fatal wound and there's no hospital around, that person is going to die, obviously, because there's nothing that you can do, like if you don't have the skills as a, a professional, somebody who has studied the body biology and all this other stuff, right? It's just not going to happen. You can do the best that you can in that situation, hoping that none of their internal organs were hit or damaged, or they're not internally bleeding and you don't know about it. You get what I'm saying? Like you're just, you can do the best that you can, but these are kids, so I don't really expect it. But because Clarke's mom is a doctor, I'm hoping that, I'm trusting her. What she's trying to do is, it's applicable, right? It's applicable. So I'm glad that she's doing it. Cutting away the dead flesh, all that pus and stuff. You gotta clean all of that stuff away. The wound, you can't let that wound get infected because it just makes matters worse. Especially if something worse is going on inside that you're not seeing. So cutting away all of that, cutting away all the flesh, cauterizing it with what, with the knife, whatever the situation is, and dressing it properly. I'm pretty sure they could probably find something around that could that they could use to actually, you know what I'm saying, dress the wound and stuff like that. But they probably don't have that kind of training, so it's like wishful thinking, I guess.
You remember that time?
Remember that time you betrayed me and got my father executed?
Just,
Yeah,
bro.
I remember. Where were we?
I
Fuck.
mean, at this point, I would have probably said "fuck you." You know what I'm saying? Like, I literally would have looked at you and be like, you know what? Fuck you, fuck your family. I don't give a shit anymore. Okay, I don't care about you. Do whatever you want to do. Kill yourself if it helps you. Because at this point, if you can't get over the fact that whatever happened happened, because it's like, I don't think, because me sitting here right now at this point in the show, I do not think that this dude, right? I don't think he really, really had anything to do with it. I think he knew, and maybe the information was forced out of him somehow. I don't think he really did it, and I think by some way of measure, I don't think that he really did it on purpose. You get what I'm saying? And she's blaming him for this, and she doesn't know the exact truth, and he not revealing the truth, because maybe if he reveals the truth, maybe his father is involved, maybe something happened, but I don't think that he's directly responsible for this. That's what I'm thinking. I don't think so, and I think there's something about it why he's not telling her. And at this point, I would have been, listen, sometimes love can blind you. And I know he's in love with her. You know what I'm saying? I know he's in love with her. And maybe that's the reason why he's not really revealing the truth, or whatever the situation is. You know what I'm saying? Because they've been friends forever. And there's something else to it, man. I don't think, because, well, let's see.
You knew what the rules were on the Ark. You had to know her dad would get floated.
I made a choice. If she hates me for the rest of my life, I made the right choice. And that's all you have to know.
There's something he's not saying, man. I don't. He's not saying something because he's protecting somebody. And it's. I have a theory. I have a theory. Hear me out for a second. And don't complain because I'm pausing the show. It's what I do. Okay. Um. Hear me out for a sec. I think that Clarke was going to get caught up in it. I think she's probably was going to get floated too. I think that I think maybe even the whole family, maybe her and her mom was gonna get floated with the dad because they knew about the betrayal and didn't say anything. I think they found out that Clarke knew and didn't say nothing, and probably she was gonna get caught up in it. And he, because he knew, he's like, oh, she didn't, you know what I'm saying? She wasn't involved in the plan or anything like that. And just, he probably was in a precarious situation. It's like, oh, save Clarke or save, you know what I'm saying? Or just don't say nothing. And he had to say something. That's what I'm thinking. It may be, it might not even turn out that way, but that's what I'm thinking. That's my theory on what happened here. Because even if, because he's like, yo, I did the right thing, right? At the end of the day, I'm just going off of his words here. I don't like this little kid hanging out with Bellamy.
Where'd you go?
That is the fakest. Yo, that scream don't even sound right. Oh my god. Damn, Adam. You got all of it and more. Damn. You gonna keep the same energy, Bellamy? You gonna kill him? He probably will. Jesus, even his eyes, bruh. Well, you weren't hesitating to kill Jasper. So, there's one of supposedly is supposed to be a friend of yours. He's not surviving this. I think that looks like he got exposed to freaking. This actually looks like he got exposed to a lot of radiation. That scene looked like, but I don't know of. Is there a thing like radiation storms? Like, is that a thing? I don't think so. This really does look like overexposure to radiation, though. Oh, I'm here, buddy. Clarke. Can you save him? I don't think so.
I heard screams. I'm gonna help you. All right?
Damn, she's gonna do it. Okay. Damn, you make Clarke realer than you, my guy? Damn. Bellamy. You really go let you let Clarke be realer than you? Damn, bro. I mean, she was already realer than you, to me.
It's about time. They're gonna kill Jasper. Did you get the medicine?
Yeah, I got it. Come on, let's go talk.
Just stay there. Please stay back.
Oh, they brought his body back?
There's nothing I could do.
Don't.
Oh, please. Was anyone here?
None.
Jasper?
Still breathing. Barely. I tried to take him out, but your psycho little sister. Bellamy.
My what? My what?
Your little sister.
Bellamy, you're just way too emotional, my guy. Like,
Get him out of here.
I have zero respect for guys who are like that. Men who are like that are just so emotional. They lead with emotion. Everything about them is just so super emotional, right? Ooh, my guy is mastering his throwing stars. All right, let's see what happened. What really happened here? There's Wells in the corner over there.
Don't want him, Abby.
Oh, Jake, stop.
The Ark's dying. There's no choice.
Yes, there is. There's Earth.
Here. Hang on to that. Give this to Clarke and tell her that I am.
You should be. I mean, you don't want to see this.
It's okay. Go.
Wells was there. Obviously, Chancellor didn't want this because it's like his best friend. I don't understand why this is the capital punishment on the Ark.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry.
There's gotta be more to that story, bro. Wells just doesn't come off as the type of person that would do something like that on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Even though I've only known him for like 2 days.
I know I probably don't deserve it. But I need to know the truth. It was my mom. Wasn't it? She's the one who told your dad. I didn't want to believe it. I couldn't. I
And
blamed you because my father's dead, and it's my mother's fault. Wells, please,
I'm gonna give her
How you would feel. I wanted
to protect me.
and he is taking the blame this whole time. I didn't
Sorry.
even.
We're friends for.
How can you forgive me?
Well, he does love you, so there you go.
It's already done.
My man Wills. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things about this show, right? With already the character development that I like about this is like you can actually tell like the kind of characters that they're trying to build here, and I'm liking it because with the situation that's going on with Wells right now and the choice that he made. Mind you, I probably would not I would not take that kind of blame and taking on that kind of blame for something I'm obviously not responsible for. It's like I'd rather you hate me than hate your mom. um I I'm a good friend. I could be a good friend. I'm actually a great friend. You know what I'm saying? But there's certain things that I think is portrayed in TV shows that it's just not in real life. People are not going to do those things. You get what I'm saying? I'm not going to, I probably wouldn't tell you that it was your mom, but I'm not going to take on that hate. I'm not going to let you hate me and think it's me, right? I'm definitely going to tell you, listen, your father break the rules. Your father broke rules. Listen, I'm just going to let you know. It wasn't me, okay? I didn't say anything. You need to figure out who that is, right? But I'm not going to take the blame. I'm going to tell you it wasn't me, right? It's just like how the question that Finn asked, it, is he the only one that knew? There was another person there. Your mom. Your mom is the other person that knew. And I didn't even put two and two together when they said that. Because I was like, maybe he, you know what I'm saying? Maybe he did talk, but there's a reason why he talked, right? There's a reason why he told them. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it was I was saying that maybe it was a situation where the mom would have got in trouble, or Clarke was gonna get caught up in the entire floating situation, right? And he just told them the truth of what's really going on, and so that it's only the dad that get, because he loved Clarke, right? And he saved Clarke. That was the choice. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I was thinking, but that's not how it goes. His mom is the one that mom said, "Yo, she is savage." I mean, she loved the man, but you know what I'm saying? She kind of chose politics over her husband. You know what I mean? But then again, there could be another reason why, you know what I'm saying? There could be another reason why her mom did what she did. Maybe she was forced or whatever, because she thinks it's going to cause a panic. Now, there are always going to be people that's going to say it's going to cause a panic, blah, blah, blah. Don't tell the people, blah, blah, blah. But I think in a situation like that specifically, that's kind of like if there's a nuke coming. You know what I'm saying? Like, say, for instance, a nuke actually gets passed and is coming to America in some major city or whatever the situation is, and you do not warn anybody and just be like, we're just going to start preparing to contain this thing, but we're not going to tell the millions of people that live in, say in New York, right? We're not going to tell them that there's a nuke coming. So we're just going to accept that millions of people are going to die and don't even give them a chance to leave. We're just going to start building walls You know what I'm saying? Mind you, they can't build walls that fast, but at least get in preparation for containment, right? Which would be the better choice here, right? In my opinion, I think you should still tell them. It might cause a panic, right? Not might, it will cause a panic. In that situation, it would cause a panic, point blank, period. So it a lot of times when it comes on to how government do these things and how they make their decisions in crisis like that, usually they always go for the thing that's going to save the majority, right? The greater good, right? It's, you know, the few can die, so, you know what I'm saying, the majority can live. They're always going to make that choice in those situations. But the question is, do the people have a right to know? I believe so. But hey, you might not share that opinion. Give me a chance to save my life, man. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
I think I found a way to make him stop.
Wonder if she's a
Sorry.
grounder. I mean, what am I supposed to say? What am I supposed to say when I'm watching a show and I was like, I don't like the road and the things that are going on currently. Right? I don't like it. It's weird. Right? I don't like the road that they're going down here with this character. And I said it earlier on in the show as well. I said I don't like what's going on with Charlotte and the way how she moving around these parts, right? Like, I don't like it. And as soon as we get the resolution for the situation, and they picked it perfectly, because as soon as we get the resolution, it was like, okay, we can get rid of the whole Clarke Wells, you know, arguments that are going on and her constantly hating on him. She finally get the resolution to find out that Wells is not the person that betrayed her, got her father killed. They instantly snatch the best character in the show. Instantly snatches him out of the show. He's literally the best character in the show, and they just killed him early. And I was like, I don't want to get attached to this character. I was saying it in my head, I don't want to get attached to this character because I feel like he's a character that's not going to live very long in the series. I felt it. And I was like, it is a trope. Okay? It is a trope. Right? And I should have seen it coming, but it's still, I was like, I'm looking at it, I was like, they're not going to let Charlotte kill somebody important. Because the way how she's just like salivating around the place and learning these things, and then she's the one that handed the knife to Bellamy, and after Bellamy tell her, "Nav, don't be afraid," and all this other stuff, you know, she woke up, she was having a nightmare and stuff like that. I wasn't even thinking that could have been a possibility. That, you know what I'm saying, she did tell the story about her parents dying and Clarke comforted her in the beginning of the episode. And I was like, what is going to be the significance of this? Because are we going to punish the people who are killing other people? Is that going to happen? That's another thing as well, is like, are we going to punish those people? Is there any type of, I mean, they keep saying in the beginning of every episode when they're, you know, preview before the episode, it's like they're essentially lawless, right? There's no laws, right? So how do you punish somebody when they step out of line? I'm not talking about like what Bellamy did to Adam. Like, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like if somebody actually commits a crime, like kills somebody out of maliciously, like in a situation like this with Charlotte and Wells, like her doing this, like if they find out that she did it, what are they going to do? I mean, she kills somebody because her dad, you know, his dad is the chancellor, so, you know, it's like, what do you do in this situation? You know what I mean? Like, how are they going to, if they do find out, which I think they will find out that it was her, it's gonna be hard. But I mean, is she gonna continue to do something like this, to do things like this? Because obviously, out of sight, out of mind, they don't know. Nobody saw who did it, so they're not going to say, they're not going to come out and just find out just like that. So unless she feels compelled to say, hey, I killed him because he, his father killed my parents, so I took it out on him, or whatever the situation is, however she wants to explain it to justify it, because she probably doesn't quite understand what she actually did, right? And because of what she's been seeing and seeing other people being punished for doing wrongs and all this other stuff, and she feels like this is the only way to get rid of the nightmares, she might feel compelled to confess, and not realizing, also understanding that there's no laws. She might think that, oh, we just killed just because, what I'm saying, somebody do you wrong, blah blah blah, you take it out on them, everything is good, cool and dandy. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm glad that they explored this in this episode, though. I'm glad that they explored the situation between Clarke and Wells, finally get a resolution to that, even though I'm assuming that Wells is dead. He was lifeless there while she was giving her speech. Right? So I'm glad that got resolved, because that wasn't something I wanted to like continue on in the series, and because I was really getting annoyed with Clarke just constantly blaming him. And as I said, just from the couple of episodes that I've seen with Wells, it doesn't seem like the type of person that would just rat out this dude for no good reason. You get what I'm saying? Like, it just feels like he did it maybe under pressure, or the situation is that it wasn't him, and he's just there just sitting down taking the blame. And one of the things that I want to say here as well, men, men, stop doing stupid things like this. If you are out there and you do dumb stuff like this, like because you're probably stuck in the friend zone, or whatever the situation is, and you let a woman just keep blaming you for stuff, and because maybe you want to protect her feelings or whatever, listen, man, stop doing stupid shit like that. As I said, it is a trope to see it in TV shows and movies or whatever. I don't necessarily like seeing it, because it's very unrealistic, to the point where it's like, who can tell me that they would have a friend, even on the female side? Like, you get what I'm saying? You can tell me that you have a friend that you just dump all, you know what I'm saying? If you think that there is, first of all, any woman that even remotely has a friend that would do something like that to them, or you think they did something like that, like they ratted on your parents and your parents are in jail or something like that, you and that person is not friends anymore. You don't want them nowhere near you. You know what I'm saying? So even that part of the show is like unrealistic. Like, I don't think any human being will even tolerate that, unless you're planning to kill this person and you're just keeping them around to just constantly hurt them. I don't know if anybody that would stick around, and if you are doing that, as I said, as a man, as a woman, no matter how much you love that person, you need to limit your presence around them. You need to limit your presence around them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Every now and then you might check in on them, because just to make sure that they're okay, because it's still somebody that you love, right? It's still somebody that you care for, right? Check on them every now and then. A phone call here and there. They might answer, they might not answer, whatever the situation is. So do what you do, but don't stay there and let people trauma dump on you. I do not let people do stuff like that to me. You're going through stuff, I can understand that, but don't blame me. Don't blame me. Even if you think it's me and it's not me, I'm gonna tell you that it's not me. And if you continue to do that, I'm out of your life. Bye bye. I'm out. So that was getting a little bit annoying. Glad that was resolved in this episode and I didn't continue throughout the show because it was, as I said, becoming very annoying. So this was a great episode. I liked it a lot. Bellamy is a character that I'm keeping my eye on. Not because of... He's already a character that I don't like. I don't like his character because he's a front runner. I don't like people who front run about stuff. They know they're not a leader, but they want to put themselves in leadership positions. You get what I'm saying? They use fear to lead or fear to rule, right? People who do that are very, very... They're dumb in nature, stupid, idiotic. They don't know how to solve situation. That's why I was like, yo, you really, after all that talk, you really gonna let Clarke do that to your boy? You let Clarke come in and have the courage to actually kill him? Right? You don't have the cojones, my guy? I had to call him out. Man. Bellamy is biggest front runner in the show. Acts tough, but he's not really tough. He just acts tough. Right? He doesn't really have the balls to do the stuff that he says he wants to do. And the thing about it is that, and because he's a fool, and because he acts like that, the people who follow him are even worse. Right? They're even dumber because they can't recognize good leadership. They're even dumber. Right? It's the blind leading the blind. Right? It's the blind leading the blind. They ain't gonna get nowhere. Right? So, in my opinion, right now, Clarke is really the only one that is showing true leadership now that, assuming, right? But I do think that Wells is dead. But Wells was the one that I would have preferred leading them. But now it seems like Clarke is the only option. She knows the most. I don't even know what to call Finn. Finn is a worker bee. Let's call him that. He's a worker bee. He's not terrible, but he's not great either, right? He has skills, so you got to utilize those skills as a leader. You know what I'm saying? So I'll see where life takes him. Right? In any case, this has been great, man. This was a great episode. Appreciate you guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section, of course. Leave a like. I'll catch you guys for the next one, man. I'm out. Peace.